What's up, YouTube? It's me, the Blue Ninja here from Pop Culture Canon. I'm trying to get this camera right. I feel like it's like on a bit of an angle. Ah, God. All right, well, that'll stay in the video for fun. Anyways, so Robert Downey Jr. has been announced to play Doom in the MCU's version of Doomsday and then Secret Wars after that. Now, a couple days ago, it was leaked that the idea of him coming back as Doom was going to be a real thing. And I remember I heard it on John Campy's channel, and I remember thinking, I don't really like it. I don't like that idea of him being Doom. Even though I could see an interesting story that they could tell. You have an idea of what if not Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark decided to go the other way. What if after he had maybe the same experience in the cave by the Tin Rings organization. Maybe, I believe it was the Tin Rings that captured him. Maybe if after that experience he decides, you know what, forget it, I'm just going to go the opposite way. Instead of helping, I'm just going to learn magic or something. Like he decided to go down a dark path. Or after, during the battle in with Thanos in Infinity War, maybe he discovered magic similar to how Doctor Strange discovered magic and decided to, it took him out on a dark path. Maybe he found a dark hole, something like that, right? So you have stories that you can play with, and that's fine. But I really don't like the idea of him coming back and playing Doom. If he's playing a Tony Stark who became Victor Von Doom, I really don't like that. More so, like, pretty much 100% don't like that. If he's coming back as a variant that just looks like Robert Downey Jr., but he is Victor Von Doom, I'm a little bit more okay with that, even though I still would think that they should have chosen a different actor. It feels, Marvel recently has been feeling like it's been on a downward spiral. If you've seen Deadpool and Wolverine, even Deadpool makes a joke about Marvel having been in a bad place recently. So now the fact that people have wanted Robert Downey Jr. back for a while, well, since Endgame, which was about 5 years ago. We've wanted him to come back. Trying to think of when he would come back. He's going to come back as a variant of Iron Man, and he'll get to reunite with Tom Holland, but might be a bit of a different path, of course. But we were excited with that idea. Now they've decided to bring him back, but as a version of Doom, and it's not okay. Sometimes it's not always about the acting the chops of the individual that's being hired. Sometimes it is just about picking the right person to be the character that you want them to be, or picking the right story in general. Particularly with the Fantastic Four, then the Fantastic Four has had 3 movies of recent, not including the 90s one, I think, that came out, which was crap. I've never seen it, but I hear it's bad. I've only seen reviews of it. And so we've had 3 Fantastic Four movies within the past 20 years. And they've all... The first one was considered okay. It depends. The first 2 that were Jessica Alba and Chris Evans, mixed reviews. The last one, not reviewed so well, not received so well. Now, with the MCU coming in, people know, though we know it's not the comic book accurate Marvel comics or portrayal of these characters, people do hold it a bit of a higher standard because it was considered to be like almost, it's the most... It's not canon, but it is kind of canon, at least within a movie standpoint. And they were doing such a good job that people are like, okay, well, we really are interested in seeing how you're going to bring these characters to the big screen, because you guys are doing such a good job. But recently, they haven't been doing it for the past about 4 to 5 years. So now they decide, okay, now you're going to bring these characters in, like Doom, and people thinking, okay, we're finally going to get a good version of the Fantastic Four, on-screen version. And people already like, you're gonna get Pedro Pascal, who doesn't look like Reed Richards. Okay, you can bring in a female Silver Surfer. Okay, it's not exactly what we want. We want the closest to the comic books. And then now on top of it, you're bringing in Robert Downey Jr. as a Doom, and unless if he's doesn't have the same backstory, then it's just like, well, why you're just completely changing the character. This isn't the character that we want. Yeah, it's an actor that we love, but it's not the character that we want. And that's kind of the problem. It's starting to feel like are you guys trying to give us the characters that we want? Or are you just giving us characters because they exist and you think we'll just take whatever we get? Of course, at San Diego Comic-Con, people were really excited. I would have been excited too. Oh snap, Robert Downey Jr. is in front of me. But when you step back to think about it, is the initial reaction going to be the consistent reaction? And that's the most important thing, I think, to think about. Yeah, if you watch wrestling, you had something similar with Cody Rhodes and The Rock, with The Rock getting announced for WrestleMania to fight Roman Reigns, but then, the crowd at the event cheered, but after that, the backlash was so bad they had to pivot. So I'm wondering if it's going to be something similar. I really wish I was inside of Hollywood so I could give my opinion and try to steer things, I think, in a more of a fan dedicated way, with better better sight towards the future. Casting the Russo brothers, thank God, casting the Russo brothers. That helps a lot. We know we're going to have good talent behind the camera, and we're going to have good talent in front of the camera with Robert Downey Jr. But just not sure about the direction that they're going in. It might have been the Russos who even pitched this idea. I don't know. Who knows? But anyways, those are my thoughts on Robert Downey Jr. being cast as Doom he's going to be in the next 2 Avengers films. So only time will tell. And thank you. We have to wait another 3 years or 2.5 years just to get these movies out and to see if it's even going to be worth it. Because the next Avengers movie comes out in 2026, and then in 2027 for Secret Wars. Whatever. This is where we are right now. Just tiring. Anyways, Blue Ninja, Pop Culture Canon. Catch you guys.